Hello and welcome to the Valley. Today I am your host, Janet Michael. It is the Valley Business today, and we are sitting at Framebridge off of Airport Road. Shayla Rickard is sitting here next to me. She is the Business Retention Manager for the Frederick County EDA. When there's an extra Wednesday in the month, the EDA gets to pick which cool business in the county we come and talk to. And Shayla, I gotta tell you, I had no idea Framebridge was here, nor do I have any idea what it is they do until I walked into this conference room and see all of these beautiful pieces in really cool frames. So good choice today.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Why pick Framebridge? What was your mindset behind that?
Besides the fact that they're a very awesome company and we make really cool stuff in Frederick County, as I say every time I'm on your show, I think that this is a different and unique business, and I think that Frederick County needs to know what they do here.
Parker Burton is joining us. He is the plant manager here at Framebridge. I hope I didn't offend you when I said I didn't even know you guys were here or what you do, but now you get to educate me.
That's right. That's why we're here today. Thank you for letting us do this.
So tell me a little bit about the company as a whole. What do you do here?
We're Framebridge. We do custom picture framing. We just recently celebrated 10 years in business. We have two sides of the business. So we have digital framing. That's your digital printouts that go in your standard frame that you might pick up at a local store. But what we also do is we do custom framing. So this is canvas art. This is jerseys. This is shadow boxes. It could be high school graduation diploma. It could be a wedding dress. There's really not much that we won't frame. And we also offer it with a pretty quick turnaround with good quality. The typical model is mom and pop frame shop, can take months to get your frame back. Mm-hmm. Our turnaround is 5 days.
Wow.
So you can essentially go in on a Saturday, drop off your item. It stays with us, so we have our own drivers. If it's something sentimental that you're worried about packing and shipping to us, go into one of our stores, drop it off. It stays in our custody from start to finish. 2 days for transit, spends 3 days in our building, and we do a custom thing with a really cool team, and then you can come and pick back up on the following Saturday.
Now, do you do that here in Winchester? Do you do it online? Is it a combination of all of those things?
It's a combination of both. So we have mail-in, but you can also, if you're close enough and want to drive to our stores, and that's part of our expansion is we're adding stores all across the country. I would say our closest stores are Fairfax and Arlington, Virginia. We have several stores in the Washington, D.C. area, and we're adding one in Baltimore here in November. We have a strong Northeast presence. We are moving further southeast. We just opened several stores last year in Texas, and we just opened 2 stores in California. And we're opening a 3rd studio in Henderson, Nevada, which is just outside Las Vegas.
It is such a valuable service that you provide because it's one of those things that people don't know how much they needed it until they see what you've done with their piece of art, with their jersey, with their sentimental whatever.
Absolutely. And I would really encourage, if you're close, to actually go into one of our stores. They're beautiful. We've really done a lot of work to make the buying process simple and easy. We really act like we're the experts. If you're not sure what you want to do, we'll guide you through that process. We can even do something called Designer's Choice, where you send us your item, and a remote agent will send you options, different frame styles, different orientations, different color mats. You can maybe give you some inspiration to make your choice or choose one of their options.
That makes it so much easier because sometimes that gets overwhelming too, and you're not really sure what's going to make the art in this example look the best. I don't want to have something that the color of the mat clashes with the color in the painting or something like that.
That's right. And some customers know exactly what they want, and they're very specific, and that's perfectly fine. Other customers come in, and the arrangement, if it's a shadow box, they leave it to our artistic interpretation, and we'll set it up. We can go through, like I said, we can go through Designer's Choice. So we really try to make the purchasing process as easy and stress-free as possible.
So once that, whatever it is, gets here to your manufacturing facility in Winchester, what happens?
So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to verify that this is the exact piece that you sent us, that we're not missing anything. Sometimes customers will send us multiple items. We'll make sure they're grouped together. We'll make sure that we've clarified any kind of special instructions. We'll take measurements of your artwork. If it's 3-dimensional, we'll also check the depth. We'll make sure that all components that you've selected are going to actually work for your item. If there's any clarification questions, we will reach back out either through our customer service chat or our store. We really want to make sure we get it right the first time and that you're overall very happy with the quality of work that you get. So That's where it starts, and then where the real magic happens, which is really the highlight of our team members, is we have people who are creative. They like working with their hands. They have that kind of that carpenter's eye, just that detail-oriented mindset where we physically mount your artwork. And that's where we're taking your jersey, your scarf, your jewelry item, and we're physically mounting it to some type of mat or foam board. Then we'll encapsulate it inside the frame of your choice.
That's a little different too from other companies, because I've had friends who have had jerseys. I have a friend of mine who lost her son, and he was in his teens. She had his Little League t-shirts framed and done professionally, but then she wanted to get them out to use them for something else and really couldn't. You don't do that here.
We offer a reversible process, meaning that when we frame something, you can have it hang on your wall for 3 years. If you want to take it out, it is still in the original condition in which you send it to us. Whether it's the tapes we use or whatever mounting practice, we've done it in a way where we're not going to damage the original condition of the artwork, which I think most of our customers really appreciate. Even if they never take it out of their final product, just knowing that we've not turned your jersey into a solid block, people appreciate. And so we offer reversible unless it's something incredibly unique and we get special permission.
What's been the weirdest thing? Or the most complicated thing? I'm picturing a lot of people send in artwork, jerseys. I'm looking behind you. There's a really cool frame there with some old keys. Those look like Legos in a frame. What's been the strangest thing?
We've seen a lot of strange things that I probably won't mention on air. But I will say some of the most unique things I have seen are shadow boxes. We had an NBA Finals frame come through where it's a couple of photos with looks like a father and son. They had grabbed confetti. It had to be the championship game, so we had confetti in the shadow box. The leather backing that sits on the players' chairs, they had one, so I think that was probably snagged in the celebration on the floor. A stained Gatorade towel, so just we get things like that where they're truly one of a kind that you're never going to see again. And that's one reason why we have some of our team members work here. They're artists themselves, and they just simply get inspiration alone from seeing the artwork that comes in from customers.
Shayla, this is a very different type of manufacturing than we talk about a lot of times, but that I bet a lot of people here in the area even know exists right here in our backyard.
That's correct. So the building itself is different than most of our manufacturing facilities. There's a lot of natural light that comes into the building, even in the manufacturing floor. Parker will attest to this. It's very quiet in here compared to most of your manufacturing facilities. It's just a quiet, more low-key environment than most of your manufacturing facilities. Not to say that those guys aren't working and moving around, but it is different because of the open air and the more, I don't know, calming effect.
The atmosphere is just different.
Yes.
Do you have people, Parker, that come in and apply for jobs and they walk around and go, wait, this is how it works? And they're just shocked at what it's going to be like to work here?
Absolutely. That's honestly one of our tactics when we interview is I take people on tours, because when they actually see it, it becomes real and they realize, wow, this is calm, this is clean, this is not typical traditional manufacturing, it's not heavy industry, it has more of a studio feel. We did that intentionally for several reasons, and one of the biggest reasons is because we are handling artwork that does not belong to us. These are things that customers that are sentimental items that they've entrusted us to take care of. We do not want it to be noisy or chaotic or messy where we may lose something. We want a very clean, I wouldn't use the word sterile, but warm environment that's conducive to artists focusing on their craft versus just pumping out a number.
It sounds a lot like an artist studio would have for themselves when they're working on their individual pieces. You just have that on a grander scale here.
That's right. So we leverage some technology to make things faster. For example, the mats that border our artwork, a lot of our artwork, cutting those by hand takes a lot of time. We have a CNC that can cut it out in seconds.
Wow.
And so we also have a saw line that's a double miter saw line, but the technology on it auto sets to the links that the person ordered. So it really helps us move quicker. So there are portions of what we do with the technology that we have that allow us to move very quickly. But what the one thing we can't replace, though, is that hands-on human decision making, because everything we touch is so unique. Now, we have product categories, and we have learned through time, and we have an excellent training program that teaches people how to handle certain buckets of artwork, but there's still those truly unique pieces that come in that we have to kind of pause talk to the team and find best practices and make sure we're handling something safely. And that's what's kind of cool and unique is every day you come in here, you see something new, and we embrace that.
It sounds like an assembly line that isn't an assembly line.
That's right. So we actually work in more cellular format, and that's done intentionally. We don't have people that just do one thing and one thing only. It's actually quite the opposite. It's a small 35-person team. I've got 2 shifts. Everyone is cross-trained in something. Number one, just due to the custom nature of what we do, we truly don't know what's going to show up on our doorstep each week. So we have to have a well cross-trained team. And what that also allows us to do is much more flexible, especially like in a smaller team-oriented environment. And so what I don't have are team members who do one thing and one thing only on repeat. They all take part in every aspect of what we do. So if you actually work hands-on art, you're trained in canvas. You're trained in projects, you're trained in shadow boxes, you're trained on 2-dimensional art. If you're part of our art mechanical team, which again, that may sound a little bit more like your standard heavy industry department, that's where you're actually working with the molding, cutting the custom frames, you're running the CNCs. They also are trained to operate more than one piece of equipment. I do want to highlight, it's still not your typical heavy industry. It's more quality focused, more decision making, the way we've set up the flow of the cells that actually produce the artwork. It's an open floor plan, and both departments are intermingled amongst each other where they don't have to be micromanaged. It's adults solving problems together. And so there's not any one person that does the same thing over and over again. There is flexibility to move around as needed. There's flexibility to handle different pieces of artwork. If you start something, you finish it. So it really gives people some pride over what they do, gives them a little bit of autonomy over their day. So we've done a lot of work to, number one, have a highly skilled team, have a layout that's conducive to a team environment, and also remove the monotony of punching the stamp over and over again.
That's also what creates mistakes. So I think that's genius on multiple levels.
That's right. And that's why when you have, for example, a 2-person team, they're both trained the same way, and they start a piece together and they finish it together. If they make a mistake, they learn from it, because if they start it that day, they're going to finish it.
Are you currently hiring?
We are. I have multiple postings across 2 shifts. Primarily the art mechanical team is our biggest need, but we're open to bringing people in, doing interviews. If you don't have your preferred shift open, we would still love to have just a contact and a call you back situation. If you are like, I love what you do, I'm very interested in this one position, there's not a current availability, but we are actively hiring, preferably right now, the art mechanical team. And again, it's not your typical heavy industry. It's more based on craftsmanship and doing things hands-on.
Do I need a particular skill set to be on that art mechanical team? You were talking earlier about your training program. Can I come in cold off the street and you can show me what to do?
You can. The only thing I would say, if you're a bit of a bull in a china shop, maybe this isn't the job for you. Outside of that, if you have a willingness to learn, if you like building things, if you like doing something custom, this is the place for you. We have a very good training program. We set you up for success. I actually tell people when they come in tour, don't accept anything today. Go home, sleep on it. Contact us back, ask questions. I promise you, if you join us, we're going to invest in you, but we want that same investment back. We want you to really be here.
Let's take a break. When we come back, I know you want to talk about the Employer Expo, and then I'll have Parker tell us where people can find these jobs that are available to apply for them. Does that work?
Sounds good.
Okay, we're going to do all of that when we come back. We are recording, as always, in advance for the Valley Business today. Shayla Rickard is joining me. She is the Business Retention Manager for the Frederick County EDA. We're sitting at Framebridge, where Plant Manager Parker Burton is giving us a little bit of history and background. We're going to do more of that when we come back in just a couple of minutes. What if one day could deliver real results for your brand and your community? On September 19th, United Way of Northern Shenandoah Valley will mobilize over 900 volunteers across 6 counties for Day of Caring, the region's largest single-day volunteer event. This is your company's chance to step up. Sponsor Day of Caring and help cover vital project costs for local nonprofits, from painting and landscaping to repairs and more. You'll be recognized on volunteer shirts, signage, and media. Plus, it's a powerful team-building opportunity for your employees. Your sponsorship isn't just a donation, it's an investment in the infrastructure of care that holds this region together. Visit unitedwaynsv.org/Day of Caring or contact Day of Caring at unitedwaynsv.org. Lead with impact. Show your community what your brand stands for. Welcome back to the Valley today. I am your host, Janet Michael. It is the Valley Business. Today we are sitting at Framebridge off of Airport Road in Frederick County. Shayla Rickard is sitting next to me. She is the Business Retention Manager for the Frederick County EDA. Parker Burton has so generously welcomed us into his conference room here. He is their plant manager. Parker, when we went to break, you were talking about what an amazing place, quite frankly, this is to work, and that you're hiring. If someone listening is like, wait, I want to at least explore a little bit more working at Framebridge, what is the best first thing for them to do?
So the first thing I encourage them to do is just to visit our website, framebridge.com, and just look at the product that we actually offer customers. And then if you're interested, we do have general postings on Indeed, but we also have our Head Talent Acquisition Manager, Valerie Fullerton. So a good way to contact us interested in work is careers@framebridge.com. It's a good email to use, reach out. She does phone screenings and then she sends people here. I love to take potentials on tours, let them actually see the operation, let them ask questions. Interviews are such a two-way streak. Again, I ask everyone who comes here, sleep on it. No doubt you'll be invested in if you join us, but I want to make sure this is truly what you want to do because what we do here is quite unique.
And on that note, say someone's listening and they're like, I did not even know that there's a facility like this in Frederick County and I want to get them to frame something. How do they do that? Do they also go to framebridge.com or find a store?
I would. So that can direct you to a store. And again, I think our closest locations currently are the Arlington and Fairfax locations. Next closest locations are in Washington, D.C. if you want to take a trip to D.C. for the day, buy something, have it framed. We also do offer mail-in. So if you're interested in mailing in, you also have that option as well. We will actually send you shipping supplies and a return label. So we also offer that product.
Shayla, that is really, really cool. And
I
I did not even know they
I
were
told you, we
here.
make the coolest things in Frederick County. The coolest things.
Yeah, we need to expand how many times I think that you do the show so we can highlight more of these cool things that people don't even know exist here.
I am fine with that. I'm so proud of our businesses.
The Employer Expo is a great opportunity for people not even just looking for jobs. I mean, ideally, that's what you want them to come to that event for, but to also come and find out about what all of these companies are that maybe they don't know about.
That is very, very true. And we have another one coming up in September because we had such a great success in the spring. This one's going to be Thursday, September 11th from 1 to 5 at Laurel Ridge Community College this time.
And how does that work exactly? Do you just have people that are set up and doing on-the-spot interviews? What do the logistics of that day look like?
So the logistics are pretty simple because it's a smaller location. We have about 45 employers that will be coming, a little bit less than last year simply because we wanted to make sure that they did have room to do on-spot interviews. When they're really close together, it's kind of hard to talk and conversations bleed over. So that's a little difficult, but very easy to come. The parking lot is always full because we have lots of lawyers and we have lots of people seeking jobs. And so they come out and get to meet and talk. Laurel Ridge is also full of students, so we try to also open it up to the students as well. And it's at the other end of the county, so we also bring in our partners from Warren County and from Shenandoah County as well, because they're on that end of the county.
And it's not unreasonable for someone that lives in Strasburg or Front Royal to have a job at a facility that's in Frederick County.
It's really not. It's not that long of a drive. We think about another county, working in the county, like it's so far.
Right. They're not commuting to Northern Virginia.
Correct. It's really not. And the pay at Shenandoah County, at Warren County, and Frederick County, our jobs they're really well paid, and we have lots of options now that maybe we didn't have even 2 years ago.
Can you tell me a couple of the companies that are going to be set up that day with jobs available?
This is going to be airing next week, and we're just opening registration next week. So I can tell you that we're going to be purposeful in having different people. We're going to have manufacturers, we're going to have healthcare, we're going to have law enforcement, we're going to have finance jobs, and most likely some office jobs as well.
So for people that are coming to this event to apply for jobs, what should they bring? How should they dress? Give them some tips.
I would tell them to be ready to go, meaning if I walk up to an employer and I stick my hand out, I should have my resume and I should be professionally dressed for the job. Meaning if you're going for something that's healthcare, you want to look clean and neat and be ready to go to do an interview, because sometimes that does happen right there on the spot.
And having that 30-second elevator speech about themselves is also helpful. Don't stammer and stutter. Practice in front of the mirror, maybe?
Yes, and please don't be like me. My 30-second elevator pitch is actually more like 2 minutes, because I could talk ad nauseum about Frederick County, and that's usually what it ends up being about. But yeah, definitely be ready to go. They also have Virginia Works. Their location will help you with your resume writing. They will help you with your interview skills. They'll get you ready. So I encourage you to reach out to those services as well. They're all free. They're also on our website if you need some help finding them.
And when you mention students, there is a wide age range of what employers in our area are looking for. You don't have to be in your 40s or a teenager right out of high school. Everybody needs everybody of all different ages.
I totally agree. And I think the workforce that we have is so diverse. It offers our employers so many options and so many really qualified people in so many different areas that they have options. It's really refreshing for them as well to be there and see all these different age groups and skill levels and skill sets that they can pick from.
Parker, can I put you on the spot and have you commit to... Let me get you a booth here, Shayla. Parker, are you guys going to be participating in the Employer Expo?
That is the plan. We plan to be there. And we actually, when we started Framebridge in Winchester a year ago, we hadn't even officially announced ourselves because we were still kind of identifying our building and getting the CEO. And so they were nice enough to help us hop in last minute to the career fair a year ago in the spring. And I would say over half of our starting team members came out of that career fair.
That's impressive.
Mm-hmm. It's a really good opportunity for someone who is looking for a job if they don't have one, or is looking to change their job, or is looking to skill up. There's options for all of those people.
Where can people find more information, whether they're an employer that wants to have a booth or they're a potential employee that wants to get more details?
So I would say go to explorefrederickcareers.com and click on the link there for the Employer Expo. It'll give you all the information, the flyers on there as well. Like I said, we're going to shoot for about 45 employers, and we're going to have a really good time. So come out and get a job between 1 and 5 on September 11th.
And it's Laurel Ridge Community College. You might even sign up for a class while you're there.
And why not? Do both, right?
Thank you for taking the time today. Are you going to give me a peek into where we may be going in a couple of months? Do you know yet?
I feel like if I don't tell you, it's more like a crystal ball kind of mystery thing.
Okay, fine, I guess. But thank you for putting this all together today. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Janet, for coming out.
And Parker, thank you for letting us take over your conference room. It was great to meet you. I'm assuming I'm going to get a tour now that we're done with the show, right?
Absolutely. Let's go take a look at it. Hopefully some listeners want to come take a look as well.
I will be back tomorrow with a brand new episode of The Valley Today, a few minutes after noon. So meet me here then.